Hello. In this episode, I'm going to be looking at the car symbol. I believe this symbol is a variation of the electrode symbol that I explained in part 1. I think this variation should be interpreted as current or current flow. Future episodes are going to include pictograms of what I think are electrical devices connected to this symbol. But first, I need to justify my interpretation of these arms as current or current flow. Now, the present mainstream belief is that this symbol represents the soul or the spirit. I think this is a result of an accurate translation being inaccurately interpreted. Here's what the Wikipedia page says about it. Firstly, let's look at this passage. The car was the Egyptian concept of vital essence, which distinguishes the difference between a living and a dead person, with death occurring when the car left the body. Firstly, it's not ideologically accurate. The mainstream interpretation seems to suggest that death occurs because the soul left the body. If you interpret car as an electrical current rather than the soul, then the belief makes perfect sense. In medical science, death can be categorized into two main types: brain death and cardiac death. Brain death is defined by the absence of electrical activity in the brain. Cardiac death results from the cessation of electrical activity in the heart. So, when the ancient Egyptians spoke about death occurring when car leaves the body, I think they were referring to an electrical current. Secondly, let's look at this passage. The ancient Egyptians also believed that Ka was sustained through food and drink. The food and drink we consume contains ions. The movement of ions, particularly sodium, potassium, and calcium ions, across cell membranes generates electrical signals. Neurons use these signals to transmit information throughout the body. The flow of ions creates action potentials, which are brief electrical impulses that travel along the length of the neuron. So when they say the ancient Egyptians believed that Ka was sustained by food and drink, I think it's a reference to how the human body converts food and drink into the electricity it needs to function. The word Ka appears in the Vedic texts from India. It was used in the Rig Veda as a mysterious reference to the deity associated with creation and interrogation of existence. Over time, Ka became closely associated with Brahma, the creator god, reflecting the quest for understanding the origin of the universe. In the next episode, I'll be explaining why I think the ancient Egyptians also believed that Ka was associated with the origin of the universe. We've reached the end of this video. If you enjoy this content, consider subscribing. Thank you and goodbye.